Hello, my sweets and treats, my haters and cake crusaders, and my newly bakers. My name is Zaria, and this is not a cooking show. Anyways, um, so I know I did an introduction before, and so yeah, I'm Zaria. I'm currently 18. Will be turning 19 in April, and I tried doing vlogs. The thing is that I don't have the schedule. Well, I have the schedule to do vlogs. My brain is not at the point where recording myself out in public outside of like our music rooms at my school or in my house at home, which if you saw the BTS shorts or any of the most audition shorts as well, most like previous auditions as well were filmed at home. And so in a room that's now getting turned into a workout room. Anyways, so I'm realizing a few things about my own life and what I want to do with it, and that I am getting driven slightly insane. Okay, no, actually, I've been driven insane already. Um, More or less, I'm getting driven in a part of this is very separate from me now, and it's in the past, even though it's something I wanted for so long. It was something I wanted for so long. Uh, wanted for so long that to me it doesn't seem real. It seems quite fraud. And then the reality of where I want to be, and that being something I also wanted for so long. But I kind of lied to myself saying that this was the better option when it was really this. I forgot that my camera is mirrored, and so this looks weird. And I remember when I mirrored my camera because I like how I look. I just always mirror it when I record on my computer, and I'm noticing it now. Or it might be mirrored for me because I'm looking at the profile thing and I just have it mirrored for me so I can tell. I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to switch my OBS. Regardless, I'm at a point of my life where my paths have split, and I'm going to try to make them connect again in a way where it still works for me and what I want to do, but I'm also not losing any part of myself where I can't, where it's like if I abandon the current trajectory of where I'm on, I want to graduate college. I want that to be very real. I think that me getting a higher education is important. I don't think I'm gonna get a doctorate or anything. If I do, you will have to ask me from 4 years, maybe 3 years from now. But I definitely want to finish at least like my 4 years of college. I have maybe here, maybe somewhere else. I'm not really that sure. I do know that I would love to pursue music. Like I joined a dance crew here and I want to record dance videos. I also have been procrastinating on my stuff a bit, and so I now have to catch up with dances and stuff. But we're gonna get there. It I am so tired, but we're all a bit tired. Everyone knows that. I think everyone gets a bit tired from time to time. So what else? I know I'm gasping a lot, but I also did not plan this because if I had a script, I'm not going to follow it because dyslexia is bad. And when I'm reading something, unless like I know it pretty well, it does sound very, and I said this. Like sometimes with acting, I can cold read a script and like run. Sometimes I can't. I don't know if I hate or if I love cold reads. I cold read a lot. I do love a good cold read audition. However, um, yeah, I think I should explain all the companies that I have auditioned for. And I'm still very real about me probably never showing that introduction video for Hybe, but we're gonna start in order of what I auditioned for. So starting off, we have JYP. And I'm just gonna list all the auditions that I did. They were all vocal. The first one was When I Was Your Man, and they like came to Dallas, and so I went in person. Surreal experience, and every person I met was great. And then we had the ANDA auditions that were like this same school year. So that was all when I was in my senior year of high school. Same school year, we have our and my ANDA auditions, and I got in there twice, by the way. The JYP ones, I didn't get in to any of them. Also, it was I think the JYP ones were I know I submitted one for two, which was when I so I submitted one for Hive as well. So it was When I Was Your Man, Reflection, an original song, which was also used for a smaller company that I can't remember the name. I know I have their email somewhere and I'm not going to look it up. And it's probably for the best that I didn't get in because I can't remember their name. And so maybe it wasn't the best for me. Um, so we're at Reflection, When I Was Your Man, Almost Is Never Enough, the original song. And I think that was it because the original song I know was like in my mind, this is probably like the last one I'm ever going to submit. And probably the next time I audition for them, it's like for a producer role in like the future. And so I was thinking about that a bit. And then we have Hive, which you heard one of them, which I submitted it for JYP's 2 pack and then Hive's. Um, it was like for all of theirs and Singing the State of Hive. I don't think anyone passed those auditions. If they did, congratulations. But seeing the state of Hive currently, I'm like, dang, I'm not sure how the employees, like everyone who's not in a really high power, is going through right now. But I wish them all the best of luck because I can only see what's happening to the idols and kind of Bang Seok. That is, yes, that is his name, Bang Seok. That is the only people I can see from my perspective because I'm not in Korea. I'm not in their limelight. I'm not. I'm not in their limelight. I'm not in that circle. And frankly, I'm kind of glad I'm not. Not like saying I don't want to be there. I'm saying like where like things are happening. I'm kind of glad that currently I'm not like in that position where I'm like, oh, because I probably wouldn't be able to handle it if I was in that high of a position. Like if I was an idol, I would be able to handle it, but being in like a chairman's position and all of that happening, or even like one of the high paying um stocks owners, I would be like, what in the world are you doing? Why in the world is this not working? What why are you doing this? It seems like it's not in your favor, but it also works good for us. It's a whole thing. And I'm not that. I'm not. I would have to do a bit of research to understand why it's going the way it's going. But yeah, not right now. And then I auditioned for YG. That was like the last audition video y'all saw, and one of them was an outtake, which was the cup song, and the actual one, which I don't understand why that video got so much hate comments for. It's not even so much, it's like two. Like, that's not even bad. But I saw them and I was like, I really hope no one's like, oh, let's like one up them and be like, no, we actually really like this. And I was like, thanks, guys. Do not pay to no mind. I was kind of laughing when I saw them because I take I I take criticism pretty well for one, but one of all of my theater directors in high school, and two, the fact that I understand that there's so much I need to learn. And so I'm like, if it was genuine criticism, I probably would have been like, yeah, no, that's real. But it was just like, you suck. And I was like, that's also real, but I was also laughing like, yeah, I can feel that. And then someone was like, I would rather listen to Nails on a Chalkboard if I'm correct. And I was like, okay. My brain was just like, if I was that bad, why not just leave a dislike or just scroll? Because those were very, to me, those were informed takes where it's just like, you're hating because you're upset about something. And it has nothing to do with me. It's gonna make me laugh because I don't understand. I also got a hate comment on TikTok. I'm not sure if it's a hate comment or if it was a genuine question where it was like, why are you so long? This was like for a dancing TikTok, and I never promptly posted on TikTok after that, where they were like, why are you so long? And I was like, is that a compliment or an insult? Because I always wanted to be really tall. And so maybe I look tall in camera, or maybe I'm just lanky. Um, I was built like that from when I was a baby. But yeah, those were all the auditions and some of the hate comments I've seen. And to be fair, I don't take them too much to heart. The ones I do are more or less like actual critiques, and those are more taken a mindful sense of, hey, maybe you work on this. And I do try, and I hope I'm showing progress. I don't think I am. But it's also because I hear my own voice more than you guys hear my own voice. And so I know that I can tell like when my vocal range has expanded. I am a, I am classified as an alto one. I have said I'm probably a mezzo soprano, but I never been properly tested as a mezzo soprano. And so I'll probably ask next year by my choir director, hey, can you vocal range test me? Oh, I forgot about the auditions that I did for AMDA. So AMDA I did, and these are like ones that were outside of my high school. So I'm not gonna bring anything that I did for my high school, which I did Lions and Tigers and Bears, and A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, and I really like A Dream in Which Your Heart Makes. I just could not remember the melody, and I also had to have those with audio tracks. And so if you're planning on doing Amdo's vocal production um courses, you have to sing with music. I don't think you're gonna have to be fully memorized. You do get interview questions, and so I will say, like, plan it as if you have a 5-year plan. It doesn't have to be solid, solid, but it has to be a pretty strong, rough draft, like a good foundation of what you want to do. Because, like I said, I got in twice, and like the second time was for their gap year. I should explain that the one I did get into that school twice, and I would like to say why I'm not at that school. The first reason why is because I couldn't get my teacher to fill in my letter of recommendation quick enough. And honestly, that was like out of everyone's control. So I was not too upset about me not getting there. I was kind of sad, but like at the end of the day, I wasn't like bawling every single day after that. I think I bawled for 1 or 2 days after that happened, and I was just like, yeah, I'm kind of sad, but like there's more opportunities. And I already said I picked another option just in case. And then I got into their second one. And my mom was like, no, love her. But she was like, no, we don't have the money for that. And no, I don't want you to do that. And so and that was more like it was gonna be like a camp-like situation in the fall, and then I was gonna get tested by the end of winter, and then and if I passed that, put into the school. And like that just didn't happen. And like I said, it is like no one's fault. And my mom was right because we really just couldn't afford it. It was like 60,000 just for like a semester. And like, yeah, I could have got scholarships, but my mom was like, no, you're not doing it. And so she's real for that. Love her. That really did upset me, but love her. She's real for that, and I do not blame her. She does manage my funds, and so I do have to I have to give her credit where credit is for. She has made sure that I am not a completely broke child. And thus, I am not, with all the auditions that I have passed and have failed and couldn't go, I'm not upset about. There's only like one audition I was upset about because I was told I was supposed to go. But like you got that video. It was now the audition was for Abyss Entertainment. I had to re-record it because MJ was like, nah, you can't use our song, but it was Adore You by NMIX. I also realized that my when I'm singing K-pop songs, they get lowered. But if it's like a K-pop audition with an American song, higher views. I do not know why. And frankly, I don't really care if all my videos are a 10 out of, no, not a 10 out of 10, a 1 out of 10 for YouTube. It is, it is what it is, and I know I am not a consistent uploader. But yeah, I what I was trying to say with this video is that I wanted to do more music, so more original songs, more covers, um, more. I want to do dance videos again. I miss dancing on camera. I get really nervous when I'm dancing in front of a camera, but dancing in front of an audience has still been fine. And so I just got to get used to dancing in front of a camera like I've gotten used to singing in front of a camera. And so there's that. Um, maybe some skits. I was thinking of doing a skit when we hit 100 subscribers of like our 100 subscribers special. That would be fun. And so yeah, I would try to do vlogs, but like I said, I do not hold myself accountable when I try doing them, and so I don't think vlogs are my thing. I could try again, but I also think when it comes to vlogs, I might just need someone with me that entire time to do them. And so let's talk about things that I am doing in my personal life to get me to, I guess, idol-like standards. I don't think I'm ever gonna get into a K-pop company, but I could prove myself wrong. People get online casted all the time, but I could prove myself wrong at the end of the day. Also, I'm gonna say this, no hate to any company, at least the people of the company. Let me explain this. A company is not a person. There's people in a company, but a company itself is not a person. And I don't understand the inside workings of the company. And so I can't really say, I hate blah 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 company because they did this, that, and the third. I could say, yeah, maybe work on doing way better. Like there are situations where it's like, no, that's like a no can do. You cannot do that and think that's okay. But it's also like with these Korean companies, I'm like, it's standard. It's not okay standard, but it's standard. And like I know because I've one been listening to K-pop since I was 10. Not you. Okay, okay, yeah. Since I no, been listening to K-pop since I was 6. Been actually a fan for almost 10 years. Not no, been listening to K-pop since I was okay. Blackpink's going to have their 10-year anniversary, which will mark 10 years of me being a K-pop stan. Okay, so we have that. So I think I need to subtract 3 years from that, and that's 2016. So since I was 7, I've been listening to K-pop, and like those first 3 years, it was like every so often a song would come up because Oppa Gamma Style. Um, no, it's not Oppa Gamma. Oppa Gamma Style. Um, is was always playing at that time. Unless you're extremely young. If you're extremely young, I am sorry you didn't experience that. Honestly, one of the closest days that we got to world peace because everyone was just like, eh. Anyways, but that's how long I've been listening to K-pop. and how long music's been in my life, if you ask my mom, I've been singing since before I knew how to talk. And if you ask my dad, I've been dancing probably since I learned how to sit up. I'm sorry, something got caught in my. Since I learned how to sit up, and whenever I figured out a fireplace could be my stage, that was my stage. And so, music, performing, and dancing has been a big part of my life. And I didn't really start being serious with music until my senior year of high school. And dancing was really just a free pastime because I never thought I was that good of a dancer to go to a dance class. I did gymnastics, so I did like gymnastics. That was fun. And so I'm quite flexible. But yeah, I've noted that where I am now in my life, it's like I want to pursue this more. And as you know, I am a computer science major. And so I know all AI isn't bad, but we have an influx. And I was like, yeah, I would like to make a music program where like you can learn from musicians, you could get samples easier because it's a whole thing where you have to get rid of permission and like you have to pay for the sample and you have to like also like give them residuals. And also sometimes you will like be writing a melody and you don't realize it sounds like someone else's melody. And then you get a thing saying, "Hey," a notice saying, "Hey, you didn't give me credit on your song," when really you just didn't realize because you probably never heard the song or you just didn't know and you were just given a sample and you were like, "Yeah, let's use it." With like no context. And I was like, I want to make a program where like you can one make your music, two learn from other musicians, and like both how to like other musicians on how to write, produce, sing, rap, and like market yourself, and then like spread it out from there, and also like easily be able to grab samples. Wow, and like get permission from other artists and like know like hey this sounds like another artist thing you might want to like give them credit for this or whatnot and like that would be the only AI thing where it's like hey this sounds like this blah 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 and it's just like that little notification where it just recognizes hey this thing sounds like this thing. And it does not fix it for you. You have to fix it yourself. It's just this thing sounds like this thing, and then it goes, and it doesn't create anything. Like that is the only like thing I would say because I understand it's a creative process, and so whatever AI or tools you use, I feel like it would just be like a hey recognition of what this sounds like, or hey here's some like recommendations to help you. Like let's say you're building a I'm not sure, R&B type ballad, and you're like, I need to know all this stuff. It will give you like actual people who's like, this is how you create an R&B ballad. I would also like to have real people on the side, just in case like the machine is wrong, because just like humans, machines can be wrong. I think machines are wrong most of the time. Sorry, it looked like there was a ghost in my background, but it is just a sheen from the door. And so, yeah, machines can be wrong. I know I can be wrong. And so I was like, I don't want this to be like a giant thing that's shoved in your face. And you can also just turn it off. I don't think it should be forced on you. I think it should be treated more like a Clippy where it's like, I'm only here to help. And then I can just get turned off if you don't like my help. But yeah, there's that. And so currently, I guess I am back to when did I stop writing music? Middle school. So I'm back to a middle school and younger me where I am writing music, doing more art, and producing. more music and going to learn instruments. I am also learning Japanese and Korean just for my own sakes because I want to go visit Japan and Korea. More for the culture than also like other things. I love like anime and K-pop so much and like J-pop. Well, I listen to more J-rock, but I also know that is not my driving force to go visit those places. I love one, food, two, cultural experience, and three, a fun place outside of the Americas to go visit. Well, not the Americas, the United States of America, because yeah, it's something right now. Gotta love it. But yeah, that's where I'm at in my moment of time. And geez, I've been recording for 20 minutes. Sorry for all the if, us, and whatnot. I think, well, almost 30. I think that at the end of the day, really what I want, I've also been practicing mindfulness. At the end of the day, I definitely just want to be a way better star than I am. And what I have to say for that is that I am that girl. I am a beautiful black woman. I don't feel like I'm a woman yet. I am still 18. Let me be a child. Not by government standards. I can't go back to not having a voice. But let me feel like a child. But I am beautiful and I am black. And I am talented enough to get myself through every door every single day, even on days that I say otherwise. Because I'm a liar. And just because I'm not feeling good does not mean those things are still not true. And so, yeah, I just really was thinking about. Also, sorry for not uploading all of my spring break. I wanted to, and then I got overwhelmed by stuff. Nothing that was like out of anyone's control. I could have fixed it. I just really just didn't want to when things aren't manageable. But I did. Um, but yeah, what I realized is that I am talented and strong enough to do legit whatever I want, and that I just really need to go for it more. And if I if I stop uploading videos for let's just say longer than 5 months with like no warning, you can all just relatively assume that your girl got casted or joined a pirate crew. We don't know what happens. Life is filled with mystery. I hope it's the former though, not the latter. But yeah, that has been where my head's at. I've also gotten new clothes for myself, and I'm realizing that I'm gonna have to do a when I get home for the summer, I am going to have to do a donate friend donate, which would be like giving it away to friends or family, or actually just donating it, upcycle, and keep clothes piles because I have so many damn clothes. Yeah, I have so many damn clothes. I have an issue. I know I dress like a homeless person. Well, not a homeless person. I know I dress like a bum most days, and I'm trying to fix that. But I also know I have way too many clothes that are really cute, and I need to wear more often, and I need to stop covering myself in hoodies like I am today, but it's also cold in my room. And yeah, just kind of go for it. All right, we have hit like past the 30-minute mark, and I didn't think I would be recording for this long. And so, stay sweet, y'all. Bye. So, three, two, one, nope. And yeah, boy. All right. The world. How in the world do I start this? Start this. It's been a minute since I start this. Start this. I gotta record so much information. I don't know where to start. Sorry. But, but, fast, fast, and I'm talking up my ass. I need a, I need a minute to relax. I'm positive something's out of my derivative. I tried recording this earlier, but it didn't really work. No, it didn't really serve, and so I'm waiting for a second to reserve. I should probably start saying what I want. Oh, what am I thinking? I need to wrap my mind about something that is sweet. Want to talk about what my goals are, why I'm schooling, who loves Popstar. Sorry, pretty sure I know Star. I'm wondering where the common sense. I really cannot rap. Anyways, ooh. So yeah, yeah. I think I'm just gonna ramble.